All right, welcome to the third game of the evening, second impressions video. Up this time, catch the fox. It's a massive game of tag. Who will win? Level up and chase more. Can you catch the fox? Level up and chase more foxes as they run away faster and faster each time you catch them. Can you outwit them and catch them all? Each level has altars that the foxes run between. Okay, I think that sentence needed more proofreading.
No, it's correct. It's just a little bit garden pathy. There are fox statues in the level, and the population of foxes that you can tag run between those statues.
Huh. As well as each fox having its own personality that determines how often it changes course. There are 3 types of power-ups, of power-up ruins found across every map that can be activated to aid you in catching foxes. Speed-up ruins, fox slowdown ruins, and fox finder ruins. Ruins?
They're hunks of rock. Apparently they're not misspelling rune.
Okay, so yeah. This game was assigned to Galix, so over to his impressions of this particular title.
So my first impression is that based on the weapons, the menu design and stuff, is that this is a game that very much wanted to be VR but isn't. Because it has a kind of like point on the marker thingy for a menu. So what this is that you get dropped off in a location with a certain number of foxes that run around mostly between certain statues. And there are also statues that either make you go faster for a while, make the foxes go slower for a while, or make a kind of milky column of light appear above the foxes. And you just have to walk into the foxes a number of times to clear each level. The foxes, each individual fox. So there's a number of catches you'd have to make that starts. That starts with 20, and in each of the 9 levels apparently increases by 10 because it said that 100 is the most, and there were 9 levels. There are not actually that many individual foxes, and every time you touch a fox, it changes color and starts moving faster, making it theoretically more difficult. Also, because physics are janky, sometimes they can push you around if they run at your legs just right. Honestly, the power-up duration seems to be governed by some unknown chaotic spirit because I definitely started levels with power-ups from the previous one still running, and I don't know if the Fox Finder ever entirely went away. But yes, aside from the areas being larger and the third one at least was weirder because you're fucking running around on ocean waves that are frozen in place. I mean, they look nice and they're relatively scenic, but there's not much to them. You're just running around in first person trying to bump into foxes.
Mm-hmm.
There are apparently they thought it was worth noting that they include a relatively large number of songs on the soundtrack, and in the options there's a thing where you can turn on and off each individual song if there are some that you only want to hear, or just a few that you don't want to hear at all. There is a bit of a cooldown before you can get the same fox twice, so you can't just keep rubbing on the same fox, so that's something. There are apparently alternate different designs for your character's hand. The default is a weirdly wooden one.
I was wondering about that. It's like, are you some kind of mannequin?
Yeah, there's an arm style one, and like you can change that apparently, although I don't know why it's on a goddamn slider. Aside from that being easier to do if this was in VR, which it isn't. But no, I don't think it's like plot important, because I don't think there is one.
I mean, it could be a case
Looks like
of
they're all constructs. There's no like you're a dude option.
I mean, keep in mind, this is early access, so that could be a right now.
Okay, there's not a plot right now. Honestly, this is a really rudimentary first-person tag thing. They only give you a hand so you know there's a body there so far. I mean, maybe there will be a function for it later, but right now the hand does not actually do anything. It operates with mouse and keyboard or with a controller. Either one seems to be fine. And yeah, I don't know. It's you're running around bumping into foxes that are running around. They do get very fast, and honestly, I did not find the speed up ruin power very useful, because it doesn't make you easier to control. But the slowdown and the finder ones are good. So there's that.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, shock and awe, you can keep hopping to increase your speed.
Yeah, it does actually say somewhere that you can, like, if you keep hopping when you have the speed up power up, it increases the duration or something. I don't know. That was one of the tool tips on the loading screen or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's not really a whole lot here. I guess it seems mostly harmless, but that kind of depends on the price.
Well, the price is clocking in currently at $3.
Okay, yeah, at $3, it's fine if you think you'd enjoy chasing foxes in in relatively scenic environments. Be aware that the later levels will definitely take longer, just because they're bigger areas and there are way more foxes you need to get.
Mm-hmm.
Even for me, I think the third stage took me like 3 or 4 times as long as the first stage, so... And that's only like twice as many dudes.
And how many stages are there presently?
As far as I can tell, 9. That's how many spaces there are. I got to 4.
Yeah.
Because honestly, this game did not seem like its mechanics really required a multi-hour deep dive.
Fair. I mean, and yeah, as far as what state of early access this is in, unknown. In that the developer doesn't seem to know exactly how big they want to go with this game in terms of scope. Like, they may include things like new game modes, level redesigns, new power-ups, and they might be looking at a time frame of 2 to 6 months. Like,
from when?
Early access release was May 2nd, 2023. So another game that released last month. That I'm recording.
Okay.
And the price will likely increase when it gets to 1.0. How much isn't stated, but That's that's where this game is currently.
Yeah, Petty, at least start this third level so I can just show off. It's was a little bit apropos of nothing, I thought. I don't know if all the level artists were the same person or not, and I suspect not.
Oh God.
Oh, so I guess you're chasing foxes on Mars now.
No, it's water. It's literally it's called ocean. There's a sign here for some reason. Yeah, you're just walking around on frozen ocean waves, like frozen in time.
Huh.
And I mean, it's pretty, but also the fuck.
Yeah.
That is a good question. I am not sure if there's a good answer. Like,
I'm not sure I want to find the answer.
Anyway, it's worth mentioning. It's not just all like you're in the woods. The first two are, but at least some of them aren't.
Also, I think I'm trapped.
You shouldn't be. There got to be some kind of lower angle you can run up. I don't know, maybe not. I didn't get stuck in this stage, but
once again, it's early access, so
yeah.
When in doubt, channel my inner Skyrim mountain climbing.
Yeah. It's just you have pretty typical first-person controls, I think, and also they don't do anything. Like, most of them don't do anything. You just move around. You can jump, but you barely ever even have to. Unless you get stuck in a wave pit.
Anything else to mention?
Not really.
All right.
It intrigues me at least a little, but it's very simple, like, in terms of play experience.
Yeah, I can't imagine much more in terms of gameplay getting added here. If they're just going to go with tagged foxes.
Yeah. Also, the name, it will continue to be somewhat inaccurate since there's definitely a bunch of foxes. There you go.
Freedom.
Anyway, so yeah.
Also, even if the stages get huge, I can't guarantee that like the area that you actually need to use is going to be huge.
Right.
Because the foxes run mostly path between the statues, so
I'm sure that
random pair of doors stuck in the ocean.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, once again, that's another thing that could very well get tweaked as development continues.
Uh huh.
You know, this is the rough part of covering early access games because can't really say what's actually part of the game and what's scaffolding.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so with that in mind, I think that'll about do it for Catch the Fox here.
Mm-hmm.
So tune in after the break as we'll be talking about Zoom.
Mm-hmm.